Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 14th February 2024. In this video, let us generate bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly income trade and weekly income trade. A small announcement before we generate the reports. If this is your first visit to our channel, please understand we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. All the training lessons we kept in a playlist, Supply Demand Zone Price Action course in our YouTube channel. I have provided the link to this playlist in this YouTube video description. By clicking the link, you can get into this page and then scroll down to the bottom of this page. Starting from lesson 1.1, all the lessons you can access in an order. So please go through all these lessons, complete this course and strengthen our skills related to supply demand zone price action. My complete experience I used for providing a very good quality training in these videos. So please make use of this opportunity. I have also provided a link to our Telegram channel in this YouTube video description. So please join in the Telegram channel so that each time when we release a new video, you will get an update in the Telegram channel. Thank you. Now let us get into report generation for bullish and bearish trade setups. First, let's start with the monthly income trade. In monthly income trade, LTF time frame is daily. So we are selecting the entry time frame as daily. And bullish trade setup for monthly income trade, let us select entry zone as demand zone. And in the parameter bullish or bearish trade setup, a daily time frame, let us select the option bullish. Now click on this button, you will get the complete report. Now all these stocks are currently supporting bullish trade setup. This list is very big. That's why I keep on scrolling this list. I'll be giving you only few seconds time between one page to another page. So please pause the video and study the parameters if you would like to refer any particular stock. Otherwise, video length will increase. So let me scroll down. So currently 103 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup. These 103 stocks are 17 indices and the 183 equity stocks listed in F&O segment. Because the list is very big, it is very difficult for us to study all these stocks for our trade plan. So that is the reason why let me reduce this list by adding some parameters. The first parameter I'm going to add, maybe the test count should be 0. Mostly test count 0 indicates fresh zones, but even though we have to set both test count and rejection count 0 for identifying the fresh zones, but I am not setting a rejection count. The reason is rejection count always indicates the strong order flow in that particular zone. So that clue always helps us. That is a very good price action clue, especially identifying the stocks having a very good order flow. So that is the reason why I am setting only the test count as 0. So let me go back. So in this page, there is a parameter called test count. In this page, look into the last parameter, test count. So in daily time frame, I am setting the value zeros. Minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So that means only those stocks having 0 test count will be displayed. Now the list is reduced, but still it is a big list. But all these demand zones are having 0 test count because we have selected our entry zone as a demand zone. So that's why demand zone test count is 0. Because we are interested only in demand zones because this is a bullish trade setup. So 59 stocks are filtered. From 103, the list is reduced to 59. Still it is a big number. So for that, the next filter we will set reward. At least because this is a monthly income trade setup, between demand zone to supply zone or between demand zone to all-time high, at least we expect a minimum 5% reward. So that is the reason why I'm using the last parameter in this page, minimum range percent. Minimum range is nothing but D2D range, distal line to distal line range, or distal line to all-time high. Both it supports. So in daily time frame, I'm setting the value 5. So D2D range is nothing but a reward. So let us filter. See, now the list is drastically reduced. Now all these stocks, the minimum reward, actually it is a minimum reward 5%. Some of the stocks we are having above 5% reward. So total 32 stocks are filtered. So out of these 32, we can plan our trades, but still it is a big number. It will be always good enough to find the stocks near to the demand zones. So that is the reason why I'm going to add one more filter. That is in this page, the last parameter, maximum price percent to reach the zone. So I'm setting 1%. That means all the stocks within 1% to the daily demand zone. Within 1% to the daily demand zone, the prices should have been closed. So such kind of list we are getting. So these two stocks are close to the demand zone, within 1% to the demand zone. Godrej Properties and Nestle India. There are higher chances that you may get a trade tomorrow. Even though these two stocks are moving towards all-time high, there is a chance tomorrow maybe all of a sudden for some time price may change the direction and come down to the demand zone, and all of a sudden the pending orders will give a big push. That possibility might be there. So these two stocks are near 1% to the demand zone. Now let us look for more stocks. Now let me increase the percent to 2%. Maximum price percent to reach the zone. I'm changing from 1% to 2%. Let us see how many stocks are there. Now one more stock is added, Tata Power is added. This is within 2% to the demand zone, but this is also moving towards all-time high. Now let us add some more stocks by increasing the percent to 3%, within 3%. That means tomorrow within 3% if price fell down, we may get an entry in one of those stocks. So maximum price percent to reach the zone should be 3%. I'm changing 2 to 3. No stocks are there within 3%. Let me see, within 4% any stocks are there. Let us see. So total 8 stocks. In that MCX is moving towards the demand zone. So within 4%, if the price is down tomorrow, probably we may get an entry, or maybe next 2 days if prices come down, probably you may get an entry. Voltas is already gave a rejection. That means already price entered into the demand zone. And now it started moving up. Now let us see the last filter within 5% range. Maximum 5% to reach. Why I am giving maximum 5? Because reward also we have given a minimum 5%. That's why within 5% to the zone, these 10 stocks are there. So this is about bullish trade setup. Now let us generate bearish trade setup. Yesterday we didn't get any stocks from the bearish trade setup. Let us check if we get anything today. So entry time frame is daily. For monthly income trade, bearish trade setup. Because it is bearish trade setup, entry zone let us select supply zone. In bullish or bearish trade setup parameter and daily time frame, this time we will select bearish. Now let us generate the no stocks. Even today also we did not find any stocks related to bearish trade setup. It is mainly because most of the stocks are at all-time high. Okay, now let us generate bullish and bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. First, let's start with the bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. So the entry time frame should be 75 minutes. In weekly income trade, LTF is 75 minutes. Because it is a bullish trade setup, let us select demand zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup, this time at 75 minutes, we are selecting bullish. Now also we get a very big list. Let me scroll down. So total 65 stocks are filtered. So let us add filters like how we did for monthly income trade. First, let us look for fresh zones. I mean, at least test count should be 0. Now we have to set it at 75 minutes. Test count we are setting 0, 0. One disadvantage in setting test count 0, high liquidity zones will be filtered because they support multiple testing. But anyway, because most of the people may think test count 0 is a very crazy for the people, even though I don't agree with that. Now let us see how many stocks are filtered after setting test count as 0 for the demand zones. Now the list is come down to 48. Now 48 stocks are filtered. Now what we do, we will add one more filter, that is reward. Because it is a weekly income trade, from 75 minutes demand zone to 75 minutes supply zone, at least a minimum 3% reward let us expect. If any such kind of reward is there, we want those stocks. So reward means your D2D range, that is nothing but minimum range percent. Now in 75 minutes time frame, we are setting 3, the value 3%. So all these demand zones are having a minimum of 3%. Now list is come down to only 16. It is easy for us to analyze these 16 stocks. But still let us see how many stocks are there near to the demand zone from this list so that we can focus first on those stocks. Here I will set 3 filters, 1%, 2% and 3%. Because our reward minimum reward we set 3%. So maximum price percent to reach the zone. That means in 75 minutes within 1% level. Set the value 1. So within 1% level to the 75 minutes demand zone, we have one stock. But currently it is moving towards the all-time high. So tomorrow, if there is 1% down and if you get an entry in this zone, you can plan a trade. So let me go back. Now let me increase the percentage to 2%. At 75 minutes time frame, I'm changing 1% to 2%. Let us filter. Now 8 stocks are filtered. All these 8 stocks except SBI Life, remaining all stocks are between 1% to 2%. Maybe some could be 1.1%, some could be 1.5%, or maximum 2%, within 2% level. Supply is moving towards the demand zone. Look into LTF for price direction. The signal type always tells LTF price direction. Currently, supply is moving towards the demand zone. Maybe if the price is fell down to within 2% level, we may get an entry tomorrow. And remaining all stocks are either moving to all-time high or they are moving to the supply zone. But it doesn't mean they will not give an entry. Maybe tomorrow suddenly they change the price direction, come to the demand zone, and immediately the pending orders in the demand zone will give a big push. That possibility is also there. So keep an eye on these stocks. Okay, now let us see the last report in this bullish trade setup within 3% level. Maximum price person to reach the zone at 75 minutes within 3%. Let us see. So these 10 stocks are filtered. I think earlier 16 stocks are filtered, right? The complete list. Now total 10 stocks are within 3% level. So this is about bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Now let us see bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. So entry time frame should be 75 minutes. In weekly income trade, LTF is 75 minutes. Because it is a bearish trade setup, our entry zone should be supply zone. And in bullish or bearish trade setup at 75 minutes, let us select the value bearish. Let us filter. These 5 stocks are filtered. Mostly look into the reward. We have all these stocks are within less than 3% reward, but if you fine tune the zones, probably you may get more reward. You have to fine tune your supply zones. If you reduce the risk, your reward will be improved. So that way you plan, look into these 5 stocks. In that Laurus Labs is already pierced, so don't plan your trade. Even Polycab is also pierced. Anyway, in order to avoid confusion, let me filter the pierced zones by setting pierced count to 0 at 75 minutes time frame, 0, 0. Pierced count I set 0. So these 3 only valid stocks. So if any one of these stocks reach supply zone tomorrow, probably you will get a trade maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. It all depends. Anyway, I'm not adding any more further parameters. The list itself is very, very small. So this is about bullish and bearish trade setup for monthly income trade and weekly income trade. Hope this information will be helpful to you for your further study and analysis. So let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.